There is a man watching this right now who did everything right. He called when he said he would call. He showed up. He was honest. He was loyal. He gave her everything he had, and she left anyway, or she stayed. But something was missing, something he could feel but never name. A distance that didn't close no matter what he did. A warmth that came and went without explanation. A relationship that looked right from the outside and felt wrong from the inside. If that is you, this video is the conversation nobody ever had with you. Not about tricks, not about games, not about becoming someone cold, about one truth. One single truth about female psychology that explains everything you have been confused about. Every mixed signal, every unexplained ending, every time you gave everything and still lost. Stay with me. What I'm about to tell you will not just change how you see women, it will change how you see yourself. Let me tell you Marcus. Marcus was 29. He worked hard. He was the kind of man any parent would be proud of. Honest, reliable, generous. He remembered her favorite color. He showed up early and stayed late. The woman he loved left him for a man who barely texted her back. I sat across from Marcus one evening. Eyes red. Voice steady in the way men get when they have been holding it together for too long. He said something I have never forgotten. I did everything right. I gave her everything I had. Why wasn't I enough? That question. That honest, painful, devastatingly common question. That is why this video exists. Because Marcus is not rare. He is everywhere. He is the man who followed every rule he was given. Be kind, be consistent, be good, and still lost. Not because the rules were wrong, because they were incomplete. Nobody told Marcus the full truth. Society gave him half the story. Be good enough, love hard enough, show up enough, and she will love you back. That half story failed him. And it has failed millions of men exactly like him. What I'm going to tell you now is the other half. Here's the truth that changes everything. Women do not fall in love with what you do for them. They fall in love with how you make them feel about themselves. Read that again. Let it sit. Not what you provide, not how reliable you are, not how consistent or how kind, how she feels about herself when she is standing next to you. Think about it from her side. When a woman is with a man who constantly needs her approval, who texts too much, who cancels his plans for her, who shrinks himself to keep her comfortable, how does she feel? Not desired, needed. And being needed by a man who has made her his entire world does not make a woman feel powerful. It makes her feel responsible. And that weight, the weight of being someone else's reason for existing, is one of the heaviest things a person can carry. She does not leave because she stopped caring. She leaves because she started feeling like a caretaker. But when a woman is with a man who has his own direction, who has standards, who could walk away, who makes her feel like she earned something just by being chosen by him, she feels something completely different. Alive. Chosen. Like she matters. And that feeling, that electric specific feeling of being genuinely chosen by a man who did not need to choose her, that is what women call love. Not what you gave her, how you made her feel about herself. I want to name something that destroys more good men than anything else I have seen. I call it the proving trap. He meets a woman he really likes, so he decides to prove it to her. He proves how much he cares, how reliable he is, that he is not like other men. Every morning text, proof. Every favor, proof. Every time he drops his plans, proof. Every time he says yes when he wants to say no, proof. And slowly, without realizing it, he trains her brain to see him as low value, not because he is, but because of what her brain is registering underneath all that kindness. This man will always be there, no matter what. There is no risk of losing him, no tension, no edge, and once her brain makes that calculation, no amount of love will reverse it. I worked with a man who came to me after a 5-year relationship ended. His girlfriend told him she loved him but was not in love with him. 5 words that are somehow more painful than silence. For 5 years he had been in full proving mode. He canceled gym sessions to be with her. He turned down job opportunities because he was afraid she might leave. Slowly, piece by piece, he traded his identity away. And instead of feeling secure, she felt like she was with a man who had no center. He did not lose her by being bad. He lost her by trying too hard to be good. So what actually works? Not what you have been told, not the rules that failed. Marcus, what actually moves something in her at a level she cannot explain and cannot ignore? 3 things, simpler than you think. First, a man with a purpose bigger than her. A man who wakes up every morning and knows what he is building, who has goals that existed before she arrived, who does not need her approval to feel good about who he is. That man is magnetic. Not because he is arrogant, because he is complete. And a complete man is one of the rarest things in the world. She can feel it the moment she meets him. She just knows she does not want to lose her seat. Second, emotional control, not coldness, not indifference, control. A man who does not crumble under pressure, who stays calm when she is emotional, who holds steady when she tests him. And she will test him. Not because she is cruel, because her deepest fear is attaching herself to a man who breaks when real life gets hard. The tests are not games. They are her way of asking, are you really who you appear to be? A man who stays grounded signals something her nervous system recognizes before her mind does. He can protect. He can lead. He will not fall apart. Third, self-respect. A man with standards, who will say no when something is wrong for him, who does not chase, who does not beg, who does not twist himself into whatever shape she needs just to keep her around. Because when a man genuinely values himself, it tells her something she cannot ignore. If he values himself this much, and he chose me, then I must be something worth choosing. That is the feeling she cannot stop thinking about. That is the man who stays in her mind long after the conversation ends. Now let me say something men almost never hear in spaces like this. Women are not the enemy. Every woman who ever sent you mixed signals, who pulled away, who said, I love you, but I am not in love with you, she was not trying to hurt you. Most of the time, she was just as lost as you were. Women are afraid too. Afraid of picking the wrong man, afraid of giving their heart fully and being abandoned, afraid of choosing safety and spending their lives wondering what real passion would have felt like. That fear drives so much of the behavior that confuses men. The mixed signals are not games. They are desire and fear fighting each other. The walls she builds are not rejection, they are protection. When you understand that, when you stop seeing women as confusing and start seeing them as deeply human, deeply afraid, something shifts in you. You stop reacting from a place of hurt. You start responding from a place of understanding. And that is the difference between the man she walks away from and the man she walks toward. Let me speak directly to the man who is in pain right now. Maybe you just got out of a relationship. Maybe she told you she does not feel the same way. Maybe you did everything right and it still was not enough. You are not broken. You were not taught the right things. Society gave you a fairy tale. Be kind enough, love hard enough, and she will love you back. That fairy tale failed you, not because you were a failure, because it was never the full truth. I had a client who told me the most painful part was not the rejection. It was being rejected after doing everything right. He said, I followed all the rules, and I still lost. You were not playing the wrong game. You were playing by the wrong rules. Now you know the real ones, and knowing them does not make you cold. It does not end your capacity for love. It is just the beginning of a new way to show up. You do not have to become someone else. You just have to become someone you believe in. And once you genuinely believe in yourself, not as a strategy, not as a performance, as a way of living, everything changes. You will carry yourself differently. Women will feel it before you say a word. And you will stop losing. Not because they never leave. People come and go. You will stop losing because you will stop defining yourself by whether she stays. A man who knows his worth does not crumble when a woman walks away. He feels it. He grieves. He is human. But he does not beg. He does not shrink. He does not become unrecognizable trying to keep someone who is already leaving. He knows, at a level that no one can take from him, that he is enough. Not perfect, just enough. And that quiet certainty. That is the most powerful thing any man can carry into any room.